This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Now, when Mauricio Suleiman was speaking on Monday to the press, he says something along the lines of that money is ruining boxing. There's too much money, and unfortunately, certain fights ain't going to get made due to people's high demands and all that kind of thing, which is kind of hypocritical because I fully expect the WBC to try and cash in on as much money as they possibly can regarding the mandatory situation. Now, back in November of last year, the WBC, they ordered Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz Jr. It's all part of that Al Haymon PBC tournament, right? Wilder versus Helenius, Ruiz versus Ortiz, winner fights each other. But of course, what we haven't seen is that fight between Wilder and Ruiz. And the WBC have done absolutely nothing about it. Even though that he has been questioned about it and all that kind of thing, he seems like he doesn't really want to open up about it. But he knows that for 6-7 months to go past is disgusting. They've let him get away with it. But the point is, what I think will happen now, because obviously we're not going to get Wilder versus Ruiz, are we? We're not. We should have done, but we're not. Quite why we're not, who knows? So what I fully expect now is the WBC to be very, very hypocritical when they're talking about the money and the finances, because they love to get a nice little payday. They do. And what I fully expect them to do, and you can all come back at me if I'm wrong on this one, but my prediction, I've got a feeling, is going to be pretty spot on here. What they're going to do is they're now going to make an eliminator. Should Anthony Joshua be fighting Dillian Whyte next, for example, or whoever it is Anthony Joshua fights next in August, that will be an eliminator. Not a final eliminator, but an eliminator. Then the winner of that fight will then go fight Deontay Wilder in December in Saudi as the final eliminator. So the winner of, say, Joshua versus Wilder or Whyte versus Wilder will be the mandatory challenger to Tyson Fury. And the reason why they're going to do it that way, and they're not just going to just appoint somebody the mandatory, because when you appoint it, you've then got to call it. Okay, what they want is Tyson Fury to fight Usyk for undisputed. They get a cut of that. So they're not going to want to disrupt that kind of fight. They're not. And also what they'll do is they'll get a cut of Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte, and then they're going to get a cut of, say, Joshua versus Wilder, if, of course, Joshua gets past Dillian Whyte. So they will be looking at it from finances. I can guarantee that for you. That's exactly what's going to happen. The WBC are very hypocritical when they're talking about money. They want money too, and that's how they're going to be looking at it. They don't want to call the mandatory right now because they don't want to interfere with an undisputed fight between Fury and Usyk, especially in Saudi, where that's going to generate a whole heap of money, which means they're going to get their nice cut. Their few percent that they get is going to be some nice money. A few percent that they get for Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte is going to be nice money, because obviously Anthony Joshua generates a whole ton of money. He does, and as does Dillian Whyte and that as well. Then the winner against Wilder in Saudi Arabia, obviously that's going to be for big money as well. They get a cut of that. So that's what I expect. So just to recap, the WBC will order Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte as an eliminator. Then the winner of that fight against Wilder for the final eliminator. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.